Now, Psychoanalytical Theory, which is published or originated by Freud, he looked into the powerful internal drives and impulses of humans. Humans, we are a biological person, so we all have our own drive, hormones, blood, energy within ourselves that translated into thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Next one, he also looks at aggression and sexuality, and also unresolved conflicts from young. I will not go too much on that. If you have studied Introduction to Psychology, you should know what Freud is famous for, and I expect you to know Freud's theory. And if you can, just refer back to the textbook to look more on this. Next one is behaviorism. John Watson and B.F. Skinner. They look more on your behavior. They look at rewards and punishment. If your mom gives you something more, you would work harder. But if your mom keeps punishing you, you tend not to do that anymore. They say that no cognition is required, no thinking is required, no feelings is required. It is solely based on behavior. Like an example of aggression. Among children. They have children put inside the rooms, and they would just model, they would just behave exactly like what the TV show. So without thoughts, without knowing whether it's right or wrong, they just model and follow what the other people do. Gestalt Psychology, they look at the whole picture. They look in terms of the human beings, as social beings, as well as the environment. What they say is that it's the whole picture that we need to look at, which is quite true, and we need to break them into tiny, small parts in order to understand the person. But often, we don't have that ability to break into the small parts, because some of them might be, you might not see them, and some of them, they might be mingling together. Then, Kurt Lewin went further to realize the importance of social situation. Now, what is social being? We call what is social being? What are some of our needs? Karen Hornite is actually the founder of feminine psychology. You can look up on her. She is the feminist psychology. Her focus at that time, because almost all 99% of psychologists are male, Karen Hornite is the first female psychologist, I would say, after Anna Freud. Karen Hornite, she looks at humans have different needs. The first need is the neurotic need for affection and approval. Humans need affection, love, cuddling, hugging, friendship, warmth, yeah? And also approval. Humans, it's common sense that we don't like to be rejected. We don't like to say it's bad, it's not good. We like to say, well done, good job, you're doing a great job. We always tend to like to hear these things. This is one of our needs as human beings. Next one, it's the neurotic need for a partner who will take over one's life. And to some extent, we hope that we would place our life and let other people control our life, because a life is too much to handle. Next one, to restrict one's life within narrow borders. For example, famous stars, famous singers, they are constantly bombarded by the presence of paparazzi. So what they hope is that they have their own private time together with the family, with the friends, without being focused by the camera every time. Yeah, even ourselves, even though we might be famous or everyone knows us, but what we need is that some time for ourselves, some time for our family, and not everyone should know that. Next one is the need for power. Now, The need for power, it's very true. People like power, that's why they become managers. People like power, that's why they joined police force. People need power, that's why they become teachers sometimes, just to control their children. In fact, being a parent, you can exert your need for power by controlling your children or punishing them. The need for power, this one, the effect on it, that's why we have so many wars happening. Why? Because the need for power. They want to show who is stronger. They like to show who is better. Next one is the need to exploit others. Means humans, maybe basically we were born bad, so we want to harm other people in order to get something. It is within our brain to exploit others. Next one for prestige. Everyone wants to be famous. I want to be famous. I want to be well known. I want big cars, big house. And the neurotic need for personal admiration. It's always good if you refer back to affection. We want to be admired by other people. Because when we are admired by other people, we are one level higher than other people. We are one level better than other people. Next one is the neurotic need for personal achievement. We want to achieve the best that we can. So through competitions, through exams, or through promotions, that we show people what we have achieved. And even in resume, we tend to write achievements and rewards. Okay? Next one is the neurotic need for self-sufficiency and independence. We need to be sufficient ourselves and also to be independent without without letting other people to just keep controlling us. The last one is the need for perfection and unassailability. This one might be true, this one might be fake. We want to be perfect. Okay? We want everything to be nice and well done. And if it's not perfect, we find it just not comfortable to live. Now, we use here, Karen Horney focus on the need, on the neurotic need. Because neurotic, it means the act of not being able to be comfortable and feeling nice. That's why you have that need, so that you do all these things and you become comfortable and nice. Now, social psychologists, they state two approaches. The first one is that we have the need to feel good about ourselves, which is very true. We want to feel good about ourselves. Some people feel good about themselves by accepting people's compliment. Some people feel good about themselves by doing what they do best, being a photographer, being a teacher, or being an F1 driver. They want to feel good about themselves. Or some people, they feel good about themselves by shopping. They shop and they buy the best dressed, and they hope people will compliment them, and then they feel good about themselves. Some people feel good about themselves by helping other people. Sometimes helping other people, it doesn't mean because you want to help other people. It means because you want to feel good about yourself. The second one is the need to be accurate. Living in this world, we always require ourselves to know what is happening around us. What is this? What is that? Or sometimes someone wants to sell his car. The first question you would ask is, why does he want to sell his car? Or your children, you might get a very bad result, and you ask, why is it so bad? We want to be accurate. We want to know everything that's happening in our world. And if we don't get that answer, we just keep banging on and get the answer. Now, the need to feel good, we look at the self-esteem approach and to justify past behavior and suffering and self-justification. The need to feel good. Just now we talked about that. And also the need to be accurate. Now, we go into research method. This one will take some time. One characteristic that differentiates us from other fields is that we use research method to conduct our studies. Otherwise, it would be called philosophy, which means you just randomly say anything of your thoughts of your mind.